Good morning, good afternoon, gamers. Welcome to the show. This is our first, I think, yeah, this is definitely the first Europe match. I think the action has already begun. It is Monolith versus Nemiga, and I'm of course Strong Legs. Joined with me is Boggs. The first map is Vertigo. Let the games that begin. I haven't really seen this map very much since the rework, but I'm excited.
I am too. I heard they did a lot of work with the A site, but Pro Play's doing some work. As the first Nemiga down for the player down for the count, that's JYO out of the picture. But as it seems that A site will be that point of contention yet again, as is customary before the rework. Molotov's going towards the site, and Spiker actually somehow stays alive a little long enough to draw in rotations. But the play is coming in, the bomb going down towards that little ninja corner, that sneaky place where you really aren't going to get shot if you're going down for the plant. But Debris will take down MDS. 3v4 hold for Nemiga. Can they hold it, Roy?
They're gonna have to. There's 4 players retaking aggressively and quickly now. They're looking for the players, but look at the cheeky angle from Boggs right now. He is nowhere near visible, but he's gonna get the first kill, and there's no way for them to clear him out either, so he just stays in. And look at the movement and just the precision from Boggs. That is impressive.
That was pristine from Boggs. I thought a little angle too. Playing behind the pillar. Takes 3, and Nemiga are able to hold it. So, great job for them, holding down the pistol round. And another thing I noticed too is that Monolith did not have a kit. So time was of the essence there on that retake. So even if they did find all 3 remaining players, they were still going to be hard-pressed to get that 10-second defuse. But now it seems A will again. Now it's going to be B, I think. As it's an aggressive push from Monolith. They're going all down. It's a kill box. As Robo and MDS are just able to farm all 5. That is 3 grand on the Mac 10s as well. That is going to bolster the bank on Nemiga quite well.
Yeah, you can say that again. That was actually like worst case scenario. That's like the last thing you want to do is get farmed by the SMGs or the shotguns. But no big deal, as Monolith's economy has recovered enough for weapons. The only thing that concerns me is Mac 10s up against 3 players without helmets. Should play a factor in some way or another sometime in the very near future. Right now, Nemiga is slow control towards A side. They have their lurk towards mid. They have their lurk towards A or the B side, excuse me. And now these players are mostly there just to keep presence, while these 3 players towards the A side are just kind of gaining ground, kind of applying pressure and just drawing away the map.
Yeah, I think they're trying to feel out how Monolith want to play this game. But there are smokes going in towards A. The first pick goes in from Malik. The boost on top of the boxes will find the first. That is Lollipop down, although it is AK recovered for Robo. The Mac 10 lost, and Robo is going to use that AK. Malik peeks out from behind the blue boxes on site, and he will pay for it with his life. The bomb will go down. This is where the Mac 10s can really come to a factor too. 2 players without head armor, but Robo has been traded out. An advantage again for Monolith, as they are going to attempt this retake. Second Mac 10 is coming in, but Debris finds Boggs as well. He's found the 2 entries on this retake. Spiker from behind has found 1 more. And MDS on a Mac 10 will be no more, as Spiker finds the last one. And Monolith pick up the first gun round, although it was a bit of a bonus for Nemiga, and they got the bomb down. Still, good start from Monolith to pick up the first gun round, and that will help their economy, keeping 3 alive as well.
What a retake. That was clean. 3 players alive. They had no kits. They had no head armor as well. The fact that they survived with 3 players, that's pretty impressive. I like that. Nemiga, though, they still have a lot of money in the bank, and this, especially with that bomb plant, means they will definitely be on the purchase. And now the pressure's on Monolith. If they drop this one, they're in trouble. When Nemiga will at least run away with the first part of this half, but let's see it unfold. Yeah, we haven't seen anything outstanding. It's been mostly A presence, which is pretty much the meta on this map so far. Mostly just A control and A presence. It's the most comfortable part of the map to fight on. Malik and Pro Play go for the trades, and it's actually successful for Monolith, so they've gone 2 for 1.
That's a good start for Monolith, but Robo has the op, and he's taking Malik down. It was to 3 HP, but now down to 0, as it's all leaving out to a 3v3 with 1:20 on the clock. There's a lot of time and a lot of map control over towards the B side for Nemiga as well, as it's MDS to lurk his way all the way up. The rotation's starting to come in, I believe, for Monolith, but still, this is a great spot for Nemiga to be in, with that player already entrenched heavily on the B site. With all that action early towards A. It works out like a pretty solid fake for Nemiga. I don't know if it's intentional or not. I think it's probably just rotations. But still, it's a great play. But they had to be conscious of this rotation from the CT side. As the bomb does go down. There is one kid on debris, so that is good. But look at the utility on Nemiga, Roy. They have 3 Molotovs, a smoke, and a nade, plus 5 flashbangs.
Yeah, these players have not had to use anything to get control of that B side. They literally just walked on and it was free. Now, Lamp and his teammate are coming in from below, but look at Yo's position. It's so good. He finds the first, he finds the second, and that is all done. Speaker has no choice but to run away now, saving that AUG, and that's pretty much all they have to work with in this next round. They actually might... I wonder if they force buy in this next round. That's really where my thoughts at right now. They might have enough money. It'll be weird, though, but... Vertigo is one of those maps where you can get away with these kind of purchases, but they might just opt for the actual AUGs and AWPs on the A site. Make things a little bit more comfortable, but Nemiga off to a really, really good start on this T half.
Indeed they are. It is a T-setted map to keep in mind, but they are off to a strong start, and the way they're playing, it's pretty clinical. It's very good to see. So this map still is in essentially its infancy of competitive play. But Monolith will like to go for a half buy. They're not going to go for a full force. Spiker's actually going to get aggressive, and that is the rifle down for the count. Monolith no longer has that AUG. It's up to a couple deagles and a P250. Malik actually has a Zeus, so that could actually come to factor. But JY or Yo, I believe you mentioned his name was, takes down Lamp. As the hit does seem to be coming in towards A. Lollipop finds one more on the Malik. Debris and Pro play the last 2, and Debris is up on the boxes. But he has been smoked off. Good utility used by Nemiga. Some notice they use a lot as well. This spam through the smoke will betray his position. Boggs takes him down through the smoke. And this Pro play with the AUG, probably going to try and save that, as his money is not as good as they would probably like it to be. Most of his team pretty low on money. And the bomb will go down. Now it's a waiting game for Pro play to see if he can stay alive. Keep that AUG in hand.
Oh, no, they're literally delaying bomb plant to find him. He's not surviving this scenario. I don't believe it. Yeah, he's being slowly hunted. Oh, that is really unfortunate timing. But there it is, Nemiga. Great job delaying the bomb plant, making sure the economy is in a chokehold for Monolith. But now their economy has recovered, so the AUGs do come back up. It will be limited in ways. I'm trying to figure out which way exactly right now. None of these players are opting for a kit. Actually, there it is. Lamp picks up the kit. Props to him. Hats off to the team player, Lamp.
Lamp's going to take a hit to make a play there.
Yeah, and even the overall utility is limited here for Monolith, so I wonder if that applies a lot of pressure on how they approach the A hold or the B hold.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to make them play a little more passive. They can't use that early utility that got them that 2-for-1 trade on the last gun round. But they do have a little bit of possession over towards the top of the stairs towards A. While MDS is getting his utility out towards B, there's a 3-man stack over B as well, Roy. And I wonder if that actually might come into play on this take towards A, because there are 3 players of Nemiga ready to hit the site. But over on B, you still have all that noise being made by MDS. There's still those 3 players. But now that utility is being used A, I think the rotations are going to start coming in. That pick surely should make it come, as Malik is caught looking the wrong way. And Lollipop will get the first entry. The rotation's now starting to factor in. But Yo finds one of the rotation. Pro play down as well. And Spiker only good for 1. 4v2. And I have to say this has to be a save call from Monolith. There is nothing they can really do with the utility they have to get back into this round. Especially this much time to get ready for post plans. Nemiga have just about found themselves a 5th, Roy. And Monolith have to stop this spiral soon, or else they will crash and burn.
Yeah, I hear that, and I agree with that as well. The economy for the T side on Vertigo needs to be shut down early. It's such a slippery slope as well, because as soon as you get into that trap, the economic hole, you're pretty much screwed. Now Lamp is trying to hold on to this AUG, and he has virtually nowhere to hide. He's being wrapped by every single player. On the first, that helps a little bit, relieve some of the pressure, but then, look at this. There's players coming from every direction. There's no way he survives this, and he falls. So there it is. Nemiga picks up the 5th round. So far, so good for them. But Monolith is... Their stand needs to be soon. Now, they only have $3,000 in this round, so likely just pistols and armor. And they've been lacking on utility almost every round. And I don't think they've had an op yet. That's something that they will definitely need to have. And I'm also kind of surprised that they're running 3 towards B instead of, you know, just playing the pressure on A. That seems to be the... They've only went B really once. Nemiga, that is.
Yeah, the only time Nemiga actually wouldn't be was when they already had so much presence over towards A, where MDS was able to lurk his way all the way up, so they rotated over. It wasn't like they actually decided to go B. Now Malik trying to find one towards A, will pay for it. His lollipop is down to about half. But unfortunately for Monolith, it does not seem that this pistol round will be converted anytime soon, as Lamp will fall as well. Yo, playing around through that J-Hall area, will find one. Pro play, or actually Spiker will go down. Pro play finds one. Boggs wallbang through the tarp. That's at least some economic damage for Monolith. But Pro play will not be able to pull off anything else, as a lollipop will take him down as debris fell just before that. The op finally does come out for Monolith.
A.
And I hope they take it A, because that's where Nemiga always go.
Hopefully they pick up one more kit. There it is. Yes. 2 kits on the board. We're making progress, Boggs.
That $400 investment can save you in a round, so.
Save your entire game.
A lot of time.
Let's see this fast play once again for Nemiga. Now this seems to be the kind of the meta for Vertigo right now. Is, you know, send 2-3 players early towards the A site, draw as much pressure as possible. Look for the boost. Look for clear all the angles on site. It'll be lollipop drawing blood this time. And once again, Monolith are fighting uphill, man down. But at least they've done some damage to Lollipop.
That was a nice entry from Lollipop, though, switching over to the boost. One thing I have to note, though, the op did not go over towards B early on, or towards A early on. It was over towards B initially. So that op has rotated back towards the A site. But Pro Play's able to find Yo on his lurk. So that actually gives a little bit of security to Monolith. This Lamp is rotating in as well. It will be coming in towards A, but there's a lot more to defend it. There is more utility now. There is the op. The AUG spring through smoke, but that nade literally hits Lamp in the face. As he pushes through the smoke, he's channeling into Stewie 2K, and he will find one that he gets critted out. Pro Play, though, is good for 2 as the op is still there, and the rotation from Nemiga actually forced to go back towards the A site. And it's been heard as well. Debris is ready and waiting. As will Spiker rotate as well. Oh, this is a perfect read from Monolith. Only 30 seconds on the clock. Nemiga have to make a decision. And they're slowing things down. 1 towards A, 1 towards B. Are they really going to split up here at this point in time, Roy?
Yeah, I think he needs MDS to make some sort of sound, and some sort of sound soon. Time is really ticking here. It's becoming a problem by the second, and it's going to be Speaker killing MDS. That's going to draw one player over towards the rotate, but now Pro Play and Boggs are in a 1 versus 1 with only 10 seconds left. Boggs has to hit that shot, and he does. So at least the bomb gets planted, but it's a 1 versus 2, and Boggs only has 22 health, Boggs.
Not looking too good for Boggs. Both players playing off each other. Spiker has the op, so if he misses the first shot, there's a chance Boggs can take him down, but Debris in a perfect trade position. And actually, it looks like Debris will be the first point of contact. Indeed, he will. And he takes the kill on the Boggs. And that is a second round for Monolith. A second op potentially picked up as well. They elect not to go for it. Oh, no, they do. Okay. Debris was debating that decision, does go for the secondary op. This is a chance for Monolith, a huge chance for Monolith. Their money is not great, but that secondary op can be so huge. 1 towards A, 1 towards B. Get that utility up, drop one of your players a rifle, and let's see if Monolith can make their stand here. Round number 9, this is where it all needs to come together. They need to start stringing their rounds together. Come on, Monolith. Don't do this to me. Don't give me a heart attack.
Yeah, you can say that again. Monolith in a really tough spot right now. Luckily, they have everything that they need to make the defense work. The 5 scopes, double ops, triple AUGs, almost full utility. Pro Play and Speaker are really the ones lacking the most. But overall, this should be a pretty comfortable hold. Now, Pro Play is boosted above, inside the middle, and he gets eliminated. Okay.
Malik is wallbang lollipop through the cone, Roy. The cone has protected the life of a player. I think that is something that probably should be fixed. It negated well over probably 40 damage. What's a body shot with the op? 140? So it negated about 50 damage. So
yeah.
I'm sitting there wondering what just happened with that. Lollipop should be dead. He is lucky to be alive. He has the op now in hand. Bogdan's law coming to effect as both AWPs for Monolith are positioned over towards the B, or the A site rather. And that is where the hit is coming in from Nemiga. One on top of the back boost. Spiker's actually fallen off. He's going back, but what a shot to the smoke! MDS drops with nothing to trade. Boggs will get the bomb down, but this retake will be coming. They have 2 kits. They have a few flashbangs, a smoke, and a nade, so the utility not as good as could be on a retake. Robo, the timing! But he's unable to convert it onto Malik down to 2 HP. So the man advantage goes to favor of Monolith Roy, and the hit is going to come in on the retake. It seems to be a little bit slower than I would have anticipated, but Lollipop on 11 has found one more. Yo finds another as Boggs takes down Spiker. 2 HP on Malik. I think the save call has to be made here, Roy.
This is over. There's really no way for him to claw back into this one. The grenade is coming in as well. 2 HP, AWP in hand. Just run. Just save. Now, look, the one silver lining for Monolith is the fact that, well, their loss bonus is still pretty significant. So at least they can, if they decide to, only save once. But they can buy here if they choose, but it'll be a weird purchase. Let's see what they decide to do. Now it's gonna be pistols, armor, and work around that AWP. Let's see what they're up to. I feel like the key for this round is gonna fall into the hands of Malik here. He's really the only person who has a definitive say in this round, unless one of the Deagles can really pop off.
I definitely have to agree with that. Malik is the linchpin in any sort of play Monolith can really make. He is going to go aggressive with it, but I think he's just... No, that was a deagle shot. Thought he revealed his position early on. Lollipop with a muffed molly over towards B is actually going to delay the hit, as that could give Malik time to rotate over. But it seems that he will station up towards the B site regardless, as Spiker on the deagle makes it sing. Robo trades it out. There is still more players. Another shot from Spiker. That is a massive kill, and a beautiful one at that, through the box. As now Monolith has a man advantage. No guns able to be recovered, but Pro plays in perfect position for Yo, and he finds him. SG recovered. He has position on the flank as well, and Monolith seem to be making this work. Yeah, and on top of all that, Speaker's repositioned behind the sandbags, and I don't think Robo has a single clue that he's there. Oh! Almost pulled the trigger, but Speaker has a discipline, and from behind, boop, there it is. Good night. This is not a round that Nemiga should have dropped. This was everything they needed. They had everything. Weapons. They had Monolith broken. Just a hero off. That's it. Wait. Okay, MDS.
It's not over. Here's another Deagle duel coming up, unarmored as well. As long as he finds the timing. Nah, it's not gonna come out in his favor. Monolith do close the round out, but still, that's a robbery. That is absolute larceny from Monolith. They were in extremely poor position. The op actually did no work at all. It was all Deagles from Spiker. He found one on the salvaged SG, I believe it was. But still, that second shot, I think that was the turning point in that round, boy. That beautiful wallbang shot. Yep. That is massive for Monolith, as they really can't afford to lose too many more rounds. But MDS has other ideas, as Monolith are down a man once again. Pro play out of the picture. Still, the double op setup does persist for Monolith, as it has one over towards... Actually, both are over towards A. It seems like they have to double up that A bomb set with the ops, but now Spiker is going to rotate back towards B, I do believe. Still, it's a bit interesting to see both ops on the same site, especially when it comes to close-range engagements. Yeah, now, Nemiga is... They're eyeing out the B site right now. Only thing that worries me here is the fact that there's 2 players here on the defense, but W's already been spotted. Robo's clearing him out, no problem, so they go 1 for 1, but I think Nemiga's overall still pretty happy with that, but there is some utility on the deck right now, so they can't move up just yet, but now they're starting to get some free space. The Molotovs come out. That's going to make things very awkward here for Monolith, trying to find a place to stand, a place to defend from, but he's going to come through the smoke, spraying through with the finds one, turns around, finds the second, and finds the third as well with the USP, and it is all down to Yo. What is that from Lamp? Yo finds Malik, but Spiker will shut him down. But that is all Lamp today.
4 kills on the round. That push through the smoke was pristine, beautiful kills that flip around onto MDS, and then the follow-up on the USP.
Yup.
That is stepping up in spades when your team needs you to. When you need an individual play, that is what you ask for, and Lamp delivered perfectly.
Yeah, and you can say that Lamp went lights out.
Indeed you could.
And regardless, it is going to be aggression towards the long A side. It seems like Monolith is tired of these games towards A side, but it's not going to work in their favor this time around with Boggs finding 2 kills, and that's a lot of space gained. But Speaker shuts Robo down in his tracks. Lamp coming in from above towards construction in heaven. But it is down to 3s, and it seems like there's a player walking in on the B site right now. That's MDS. He might call for the fallback.
Looks like it's a replay of, I think it was round number 6, Roy, where MDS had lurked its way all the way up on A. The rotations came through with nothing for Monolith to really do, but this time they find Yo. That's 1 down, man advantage. The bomb has not yet made it to the site. Boggs is working his way up the ramp, and MDS actually, I think he might have spotted the gun barrel of Lamp.
He did.
The Spikers have done well,
and he still
Lamp wins that duel.
Man, that is actually rough. Boggs, though, eliminates Lamp. That's going to give him at least some space on the site. He hears 1 player behind. He knows there's a player to his left. He just needs to find that kill on his left. It's all so confusing. It slows down. Just enough time. Just enough pacing here for Boggs to try to wiggle away an opportunity. Wait. Nobody's abandoned the B side as well. They have the 200 IQ read. They know Boggs is coming to the A site, Boggs.
They've heard it now, definitely. And Spiker whips around and finds him. And that is a critical 5th for Monolith. As Nemiga's actually kind of fallen a little bit apart, Roy. I feel like all the momentum is in Monolith's court. And Nemiga have lost the ball.
Yeah, I would generally agree with that. I think Nemiga's starting to slow down just a tiny little bit right here on the T side. In this round, on top of that as well, is they're limited in their weaponry. They have 2 AKs and SG. Okay, those are obviously ideal weapons, but then they have a MAC-10 and a Deagle for MDS, and they're resorting back to a rush A. So maybe not full rush, but heavy presence 3 early.
They have Robo getting the information on the MAC-10, which I think is a good idea, because it is the most expendable weapon in close range. You know, can shred people apart. One thing I'd like to note too is now Monolith have 4 kits, Roy, full utility and full helmets as well. So they are in a great spot to defend against the MAC-10, against plants as well. This is the first time I can really say Monolith have a comfortable buy with all the kits, all the utility they can want. This is looking great for Monolith, as no information really gained by the T side over towards the A site. Leak. Flashbang does get him, but he's still going to hold his position. Smokes are walling off Spiker, but he's gone through! He's channeling Inner Stewie 2K, as NA is number 1 in the world right now. You might as well, right? It's going to deny the plant as well.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not worth the risk. Malik finds a trade, at least the Lamp chimes in as well. That's Yo gone down. The bomb has not been planted yet, or any opportunity to do so, but it seems like Nemiga is not liking the way A is, or at least feels right now. They're going to fall back, head over towards the B site. Only Dobry's here for now. But the rotations are so fast for the CT side. They can be in the B site in seconds if they can't get the bomb planted or control the site quickly enough.
Eagle from MDS finds it onto debris. He is down and out. Lamp is low as well, as he will find 1, but only 1 Robo has found the bomb. MDS has found 1 with the lineup. Pro play.
Wow.
It's a bit of a pro play there. Both headshots.
Hey.
Unfortunate lineup there for Nemiga. I mean, that is... They had a chance, Roy. They had a shot. They missed it.
I feel like this map is still kind of T-sided as well. Not as T-sided as it was before the changes, but still definitely a little T-sided. This is scary.
It is a bit scary, as Nemiga are on full pistols, and Monolith are primed to go 7-7, and potentially come out of this with a lead as well, which would be massive, absolutely massive, for them to take a lead going into T side. But I had to say, I think Nemiga probably are the favorites going to this as well. So
I would say definitely
Monolith can pick up verdict.
Yeah, I would say definitely the overdogs. Nemiga. There it is. Ball toss coming on site. Flashbangs come in, but it seems like Nemiga can't quite get there without taking too many casualties, and now it's all just Boggs alive. And a 1 versus 3 turn, 1 versus 2. He knows where both players are now. I think he hears both of them, but it's all just a guy. Just nowhere to hide, nowhere to stand, and Boggs inevitably falls, and it is now Monolith tying things up 7-7. I always love a full gun round at the end of the half. It's a good way to bang it out.
It is a very good way. I mean, you don't really like seeing those rounds where it's full gun round up against some scratched together misfit buy, where it's a couple pistols, some mismatched guns, and light utility. It's always good to end it with a bang. That's what we'll see here. Full guns, and Spiker's bang does not connect, but MDS finds pro play for no damage taken as well. Early pick goes the way of Nemiga, and a lead is something they desperately want to take into the second half as well. Malik finds Boggs in return, and Lollipop has the bomb. He's going to reaggress. No, only to try and see if he can get the trade. He will fall off, but Yo finds Spiker, the peek, the crouch peek. Will betray him as, I believe his legs peeked out a little too far, a little too early. And now B site will be the hit for Nemiga as Lamp goes down, pushing through the smoke. Lollipop finds one more. The bomb goes down, and Malik is in a 1v4. And MDS will end his dreams of a heroic clutch, as it is an 8-7 half in favor of Nemiga as they go to the less favored CT side on Vertigo.
8-7. I'd say Monolith is probably happy with that outcome more than Nemiga is.
I definitely have to be in full agreement with that, because this is a scoreline that I think does favor Monolith, especially going on to that T side. If Lamp can hit his shots on T like he was on CT, it's going to be a very tough proposition for Nemiga to keep Monolith in check, as Lamp was hitting his shots towards the latter half of that, well, half, and he was pretty much unstoppable.
Ooh.
And Spiker, nice little crisper to take Boggs down.
Yeah, that's mid-pressure eliminated as well. Means they're going to have to send some eyes over in that direction. It's only going to be one player defending towards the A site. So Yo does take down Speaker eventually. But Lollipop is boosted on site, and he's trying to hold it down, but the flood is coming in. Robo's here just in time, but Lamp has found Lollipop on site. Now Robo and his rotated teammate Yo. Oh, you can barely spot him. Dobry can't move. He has nowhere to hide. He gets eliminated planting the bomb, and it's all down to pro play with a Glock up against 3 and no armor. Boggs.
He finds the first, doesn't take too much damage, but he still has 2 more to deal with. The bomb is planted for him, but they both know where he is. And with this ability to rotate over like this, they've played it well! But pro play so close to finding that clutch, gets shut down by Robo. No kit, but plenty of time for the defuse. And Nemiga find the second pistol round. And that is an important start into picking up this game, Roy. This map, number 1 of a best of 3. 9-7 now. And we're going to see a force from Monolith. They have 1 AK at the very least, a second AK out as well. This is going to be very dangerous, because look at the buy on Nemiga. 3 MP9s, an XM, and only 1 rifle, 1 kit as well. They have a decent amount of utility, but I think this triple AK buy might just catch them off guard. There's plenty of utility on pro play and debris as well. This is going to be a very scrappy round.
This is going to be an incredibly scrappy round. What's even weirder is that, in my opinion, Monolith's purchase is probably kind of better, but you have 2 players without armor. Now, Yo finds Speaker. That's a great early find. That's 1 player eliminated and pressure relieved towards middle. Now, there's still heavy pressure towards the long A right here. Dobry comes out, but he gets eliminated as well, and that's actually 1 of the AKs now removed.
It is picked up on Malik, but the one thing he doesn't have is that Kevlar vest at the very least. Bomb should be going down unless the spray through the smoke will take it. It's actually, yeah, Lamp will get it down. He has an MP9 in hand as well, and he does a lot of damage on the box. The damage by the shotgun is minimal at that range, but that nade should be perfect as it takes Yo down, but Box's nade is better. Lamp gets dunked on, and Proplay gets mollied out. He finds Yo. A nice shot escaping from behind the concrete bags. as he will escape down towards Ram. He finds one, Monolith finds another, and Boggs 1v2 now. Monolith are in prime position to strike right back, reset Nemiga, and get this all tied up at 9 apiece, Roy. What a turnaround in this round.
Yeah, I did not expect that. And based on their positioning, I was like, if they get discovered without getting those entries instantly, they're in trouble. But they found the kills, and that's all that matters. Pro play with 3 kills in hand as well, in a perfect heroic round and effort. Now Nemiga really have nothing to work with. It's really, this is worse than losing pistol. Now you're double reset. You're gonna have to buy up with scraps. That means they left over MP9, and a new picked up MP9, double deagles, and a CZ. That's all they have to work with.
They are going for the counter force, and I don't exactly think this is the best idea, because look at the buy on Monolith. All rifles, plenty of utility. And Nemiga's just about guaranteed themselves a double eco going into the following couple rounds, Roy. And on CTs of Vertigo, you can't really afford to let yourself get behind all too much, especially in the economy battle. Unless these deagles shine, it's going to be a very, very rough round for Nemiga, as they don't have a lot to work with.
I do like the setup here towards A by Nemiga, though. The flashbang can come out at any point in time. That will allow the MP9s to just swing out. But it's going to have to be soon. The flashbang needs to come out as soon as possible. They find the first kill. They're looking for the second. And there it is. The flashbang comes out. The MP9s peek out. And there it is. The wipeout. 2 players remain now towards the A site. Or excuse me, towards the B site. Fall removed. MDS does fall. But at least he now has the information. Yes, the bomb is down on A site. They can recover AK-47s. They can set up for this. They're ready. This is a disaster.
It is disaster zone on A for Monolith as Robo finds one. It's only pro play last alive. And this situation is far from anything somewhat decent. Lollipop is getting a little aggressive, but actually his feet have disappeared. I don't think pro play is going to be able to see him behind the wall. Instead, it's Lollipop to catch out the legs. And pro play takes a couple of bullets to the knee. Falls in the end. Nemiga have reached double digits first off of a stolen round.
Yeah.
Larceny, robbery, whatever synonym you have for absolute theft, you can put that towards Nemiga. As they've converted another round, Monolith had one of their own. Nemiga have just turned it on their heads, and probably at a more critical time. As look at the bank on Monolith, it's going to be a deco, Roy. All 5. Actually, Lamp's going to be on the Glock. So 4 deagles out of 5, and no armor to speak of. Actually, no, Malik has bought a vest, so those late minute buys, you know, always catch you off guard.
I do not see, unless Malik is opening up the B site and picking up that AUG quickly, I really just don't see any hope here for Monolith in this round. They've already lost Dobry in pro play. Really just Malik. As to say in this round at the very least, Lamp's going to be the first to fall. At least the position is compromised for MDS. And there's an opportunity. Ooh. Speaker does find a kill towards middle. That's not bad. He needs that second, but can't find it. Now it's all down to Malik. He's all the way on the A site. He doesn't have the bomb, and well, doesn't have a head either. So there's that.
That makes it a little difficult.
Yeah, you might need that to win the round.
Unless it's an M4, in which case, you know, you should be good to go.
Ooh, I don't know how I feel about this purchase here.
I don't like it. I get the same feeling that you do, Roy. The double Galil, 3 AKs, 3 smokes, and a flashbang is all the utility they have on the Monolith side. Although it does look pretty nice aesthetically, the way the buy is structured. I don't think this is going to actually work out for him. As there goes Spiker down for the count. Boggs has found one. Yo, actually, it's MDS to fall. The nade does plenty to pro play, though, as the hit is going to continue in towards the B site. And of all the sites they're going to pick to hit as well, they pick the B site. Bomb will go down at the very least, as debris is burned so low. Pro play as well, both without one shot. Malik on 50 HP. Has to try and stay alive as long as possible, as Robo will aggress the rest of Nemiga. Close behind the flash is perfect. Robo finds one. Robo finds two. Malik 1v3. I don't think it's to be, Roy. It should be 12 on the board for Nemiga, and indeed it's Robo to find the third through the smoke.
This man,
game sense on this man.
Yeah, this man's killed 2 people through the smoke. 2 of his 3 kills were through smokes. The other one was a nice, easy lineup. But wow, yeah, this is what I was saying. Now they're in a terrible situation. They are on pistols and armor. They go for the force again? No, I don't believe it. I think it's a misbuy.
I think so, although I can't actually say what. I've watched Monolith a few times. This does not seem out of the ordinary. I'm actually surprised it didn't force more on the CT side, because they are a team that likes to go for that aggressive force by play, and it does end up coming back to haunt them, and I think it will here as Yo takes down Malik. That is one of those players down for the count. Debris has bought up full utility on his Mac 10, so there are 2 players fully invested, Roy. That means going into round 22, they will have a couple players that are on less than subpar weaponry, as Boggs will find pro play. That is the 8K gone, Roy. And all they're left with is 2 Deagles, a Mac 10, and Spiker has no armor as well.
Yeah, and there goes Dobry as well. Now it's all down to Speaker and Lamp. Now they're towards the A site. They have the bomb on the back this time, so they can at least try to work that out. But they only have Deagles, and Speaker only has, well, nothing anymore. All down to Lamp. 1v5. 1 player to the left, and eliminated. 13-8.
The light is starting to flicker out on Lamp as Monolith are edging closer and closer to defeat, jumping off of the bridge here, or jumping out of the window here on Vertigo, because it is looking poor for them. They actually have an op on Spiker. This is another wacky buy, Roy. They've got a Galil, an SG, a Mac 10, an AK. They don't have one of the same weaponry except for the Glocks, and they have a decent amount of utility. But no head armor on Spiker means that the Augs can one-tap him at range. This is a very peculiar situation Monolith to put themselves in. Spiker goes for the jump shot.
Whoa, okay.
Lucky to live, as Robo just about had it dead to rights, as Yo finds the gun barrels peeking out, and Malik has gone down. That is the AK out of contention. He has taken quite a bit of damage, as Spiker finds the op shot, but he goes down to Lollipop as the hit is coming in towards A, Roy. The smokes are there to wall off the site, but Boggs is in position. The flash is perfect, and Debris finds him for free.
You say that again. Now Yo's trying to find a position that he's comfortable opping, and Dobry gets his attention pulled from one direction. He gets that from the other. Now Lamp lurks in down the middle, so his position is compromised, but he gets a kill for it. And it's all down to MDS in a 1 versus 2. This kill against Lamp right here is so important. He needs to force it, but MDS does not realize that they've fallen off the A site. They're going B.
I think he's just about figuring it out now, as he does seem to be edging his way back towards the B site. His rotation should become a little bit faster as the bomb has officially gone down. Lamp is in port state of HP. Pro Play has the op on 100 HP. I'm wondering if they're going to try and risk going for the throw over. I don't think they will, as MDS is coming in, and I think they're in good position as well. They do seem to have an idea of where he's coming from. Right? Pro Play just behind the green box. Perfect position. Lamp hears the steps. And even if he did go down, Pro Play was in perfect position to trade it out. And Monolith, they keep on forcing into these rounds, but it does work here. Their money still is not perfect. But Nemiga still has a solid buy. They have kits, they have utility, they have full rifles and an op. This buy is actually just about even, Roy, except utility does favor Nemiga just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. You have 3 kits on the board, though. That's going to help things out. With the 4-round lead as well, I don't think Nemiga's too stressed out just yet. Oh, I'm getting anxiety watching Lollipop's perspective. Whenever people get in that position, it always scares me a little bit. But it is a strong position.
It's a risk, but a lot of times it does pay off. It's a gamble. But a lot of positions in this game are a bit of gambles, betting on where the opponents are going to clear and all that. So, you know, if it pays off, it pays off. If you mess up, though, you mess up poorly.
Yeah, now we do need to mention Yo's position here. He's incredibly forward and middle, and he has either a fast flank through T-spawn or drop down suicide. And Monolith is already starting to reposition towards the B site. And I think Nemiga is, in some senses, starting to get an idea. And I think as soon as that utility comes out, they'll definitely know.
Yeah, they've already rotated Boggs back to the A site, and Yo is going to make his rounds back as well. MDS is playing on the rafters, and he falls to Pro Play. First pick goes the way of Monolith. Yo falls as well. Spiker finds Boggs, It's all crumbling down for Nemiga, as they will be going for the safe play. Robo and Lollipop are falling off. There is no reason to go for a 2v5 retake, and Monolith, the flawless execute onto the B site, have gotten themselves double digits as well. That is a perfect take coming out from the T side, and the CIS squad starting to edge their way closer and closer as the money on Nemiga is almost running out. Robo not going to have too much. Lollipop can drop over a gun. Yo should have enough for a buy. So Nemiga will be able to scrape together something. But it won't be full util in the slightest, I don't think. MDS should not have full utility. Neither should Boggs.
I think they're going to get 2 weapons dropped over. So I think Boggs and MDS will have everything that they need at least. Let's see this. Okay, an op dropped over. Boggs can pick up his own M4. So yeah, limited in some ways. Okay. Boggs with 2 flashes. That's not a big deal though. They have an op. They have triple AUGs. They do have 1 kid in play. Robo could... I'm surprised Robo didn't drop Boggs a weapon so he could at least fully utility up and pick up another kid as well. Wait, why are they buying a second kit? If they lose this round because of a retake without a kit, ooh, that would be painful. Or maybe they don't want to play retake and they want to have MDS plucking players out of the server.
That was beautiful from MDS, and he's not their primary opper either. It's Robo. So I think that was a spawn-based pick, and it pays off well for Nemiga, taking it a little bit of a gamble. But that is a good early start, as now Monolith seem to be working their way over towards A. Lollipop is up in the rafters again, behind the pillar. That position that you love so much to look at, Roy. As the hit will be coming in. There's solid positioning. 3 players over towards A as well. The Molotov, the smoke's going to start causing mutations to come in. And Lollipop swung out. He's found 1. He drops off. And he's still kicking. Only 3 HP. And Boggs literally runs into debris. He barrel stuffed him.
Yeah, it's just harassment at this point. They already have a 2-man up. Boggs comes through the corner and Boggs assassinates both of them. And Nemiga now picks up the 14th round as well as Monolith's economy in the dumpsters for the most part. It will be a pie, but it will be ragtag in some ways. It will be limited. AK-47s for both of these players. Lamp. Okay, so ProPlay does pick up an AK as well. Okay, so they managed to pick up 4 AKs. That's not bad, actually. Lamp, does he have a weapon?
Well.
Hey, okay, maybe not as ragtag as I thought. They have everything that they need, at least in terms of firepower. Yes, they're limited on utility a little bit, but it's not entirely the end of the world.
Indeed, and actually there's a couple players on Nemiga who don't have helmets, and that Galil might not be so underpowered in the slightest, because, you know... Oh, what is that Molotov from Robo? He just mollied off MDS. And that's a little bit of, I think, miscommunication or just under preparation for the map. As now utility's being used towards A-Roy. The hit is going to come on in. And Lollipop finds 1. Boggs finds another. Yo gets taken down. But look at the damage dealt to Lamp as well. Malik finds 1. Lamp gets taken down. Malik to 3 HP. Not that makes much difference. Spiker falls as well. Or actually, no, finds Robo. I misread the kill feed. As Nemiga 2v2 retake, they do have the advantage. They have a kit, and they have Malik down. Wow, he is finally fallen. Map point for Nemiga as Lollipop finds 4 on the round. Roy, a little bit of gun shooting coming in from MDS at the end there. Fantastic work from Nemiga to get themselves map point. They seem to have the CT side down pat.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I just want to say that Lollipop played that position in sight to perfection. He didn't make a single mistake. His movement was on point. His aim was on point. His crosshair was in the right spot. He didn't give away his life. He literally sat in that corner, picked them apart one by one, and gave them no chance to fight back. That's incredible. ProPlay gets an opening frag, but it's going to be Yo MDS finding the returns. But eventually, Lamp gets one as well. So that's the B side now open for business. Lamp's up close and personal, but he's quickly eliminated by Yo. Now Speaker is going to try advancing on the A site, but Lollipop is there with sandbags, and it's all suddenly down to Dobry for the map point. 1 versus 3. It's not looking good, Boggs.
It's not over till the final whistle, but Lollipop has made it blow as he finds debris. And it's a 16-10 victory here on Vertigo in favor of Nemiga. And a fantastic finish for them. It was an 8-7 half on their T side, but their CT was all but flawless. Perfection again by Lollipop so many times on the B site in that defense. And we see the preparation and the time that Nemiga put into the server come into play here. That's a good win to get that one map lead in this best of 3.
Absolutely. I'm just trying to double check to see whose map pick this was, which I assume this was Nemiga's map pick. And yes, I'm correct. It is in fact Nemiga's map pick. So then the second map coming up is Nuke. The third map, if you're wondering, is Inferno as well. But I do have to say that I am leaning Nemiga in this matchup. I think they have the longer standing roster. I think they have the more practice and overall slightly higher skill caliber, I would say. And they do have the higher seed as well over Monolith. But there is hope on Nuke specifically. That is a map that could be battled out for Monolith if this is going to go to a third map. But 16-10, and I think 2 of the players on, if I'm not mistaken, on Monolith didn't even have double digits. Boggs, that's rough.
Yeah, it was Debris and Malik, 2 players that need to be a little more impactful for Monolith. Rather underwhelming for them. 8 and 9 kills respectively. So a big underperformance for 2 players on Monolith who need to be stepping up. And we saw on Nemiga, every player had their moments. Every player fragging about even as well. So they seem to be in better form. I'm going to have to agree with you. I'm going to favor Nemiga going into Nuke, but Nuke is a map that Monolith do know well. So there is a chance for them to make their comeback here and take it to Inferno.
Absolutely, and I'm excited to see that. That will be coming up shortly, everyone. If you haven't done so already, please, please, please do follow our socials. That is Twitch, Twitter, Facebook for Winners League, as well as Boggs. You can definitely use your follows and me down here below. And we'll be back in about 5 minutes or so.